My daughters declared I wasn't their biological father, so I stopped playing the role, but they weren't prepared for the fallout. I, a 52-year-old man, slaved away as an accountant at a small firm for 27 years. When my daughters were teenagers, I took on late-night bookkeeping jobs, weekend tax filings, and every extra shift I could grab. Not flashy, but it funded everything for Emily, 27, and Sophie, 24. Looking back, I might have gone overboard. Private lessons, brand new cars at 16, international study programs, full tuition at elite universities. I ate canned soup for months, so Emily could have her semester in Paris for her art degree. Their mother, Karen, walked out when Sophie was 3, claiming she needed to discover herself. She discovered a yoga instructor pretty fast, but whatever. The divorce gave me primary custody with standard visitation. Best thing that ever happened. Fast forward to last March. Karen announced her engagement to James Carter, a flashy hedge fund manager. The girls were ecstatic. Suddenly, they were spending weekends at his sprawling estate, returning with luxury purses, raving about his yacht and vacation homes. Fine, as long as they were content. Then came October. I spent 2 days cooking their favorite Sunday dinner from scratch. Roast chicken in the oven, table set with Grandma's heirloom plates when they arrived, late, in James's Bentley, both sporting matching Tiffany bracelets. "Dad, we need to talk before we eat," Emily said, still in her jacket. "What's up?" Sophie took a deep breath. "We're spending Christmas with Mom and James in Aspen. He's booked a lodge." "That's okay," I said, though it hurt. "We can do our holiday early. What works?" They exchanged glances. Emily spoke. "Actually, we need to discuss some adjustments." "Adjustments?" James suggested. "And we agree, it's time to rethink our family structure," Sophie said. "He wants to adopt us as adults." I nearly chuckled. "Adult adoption? That's rare." "It's more common than you'd think," Emily said icily. "It'll streamline his estate planning." "Estate planning? What's this about?" Sophie pulled out her phone. "Dad, Mom told us the truth. You're not our real father." The room spun. "What?" "She had an affair before the divorce, with her yoga teacher Luca. He's our real dad. She never told you because she knew you'd fight for custody." "That's ridiculous. We did DNA tests during the custody case." Emily shrugged. "Mom says you forged them. It doesn't matter now. James wants to make us his official family, and we think it's best to start moving away from this." She waved at my modest home. They left without eating, without a goodbye hug, without even glancing at the meal I'd prepared. I stood there, stunned, surrounded by their favorite dishes going cold. Update 1, 3 days later. Wow, this exploded. First, to clarify, I am their biological father. The DNA tests from the custody case are in my safe deposit box. I double-checked today, 99.9% paternity for both girls. But here's where it gets juicy. I called my lawyer friend, Lisa Wong, who specializes in family law. She suggested sending a formal letter demanding they stop making false paternity claims without evidence. Their reply came from James's attorney. "Our clients stand by their position and request your cooperation in transitioning parental rights." Meanwhile, Sophie posted on Instagram, "Sometimes growth means cutting ties with toxic pasts, even family. Das new chapter nächsten chosen family." The photo showed her and James at a high-profile fundraiser. Comments were mixed. Some cheered her on, others called her ungrateful. Then James texted me, "Sign the papers. Make this smooth for everyone. You've had your time. I can offer them opportunities you never could." I replied once, "Provide DNA proof, or stop contacting me." His response? "Don't humiliate yourself. Real men know when to step back." The real bombshell? Karen called yesterday. "Why are you complicating things?" "Complicating what? You lying about their paternity?" James has connections. The girls could have incredible careers. Why can't you let go? Because they're my daughters. God, you're so obstinate. Fine. James knows people. Don't make us drag this to court. Something felt wrong, so I started digging. Update 2, 1 week later. That digging paid off. James Carter isn't the financial genius he claims to be. My accountant contacts came through. He's under SEC scrutiny for insider trading. That estate? Rented? The yacht? Leased from a client now suing him? And why he wants my daughters? He's been posing as a family man to woo traditional investors. Having 2 successful adult daughters, Sophie's in advertising, Emily's in museum curation, bolsters his image. The adoption isn't about estates, it's about optics. Here's where I might have been harsh. I didn't confront them. Instead, I, 1, canceled their phone plans, still in my name. 2, removed them as authorized users on my credit cards. 3, changed the Hulu password. Petty, I admit. Sent them detailed invoices for their cars, both in my name, and college costs if they insist I'm not their father. Total, $365,000. The reaction was instant. Emily stormed into my office, making a scene. How dare you cut my phone during work hours? Sorry, do I know you? Dad, this isn't funny. According to you, I'm not your dad. Sophie was savvier. She showed up at the house that evening, tears ready. Daddy, please, we didn't mean it. We were just considering options. Options that involve denying I'm your father? James said it'd help with taxes. Sophie, you took finance classes. You know that's nonsense. She broke. He said we needed to distance ourselves for his investor pitches. A middle-class dad hurts his image. Finally, some honesty. Update 3, 2 weeks later. Their house of cards fell faster than I expected. James's SEC issues hit the headlines, not just an investigation, but a case for a Ponzi-like scheme, paying old investors with new money. He was running dry on new funds. Karen's engagement collapsed when she learned the estate was leased and his wealth was a mirage. She tried reaching out to me, but that bridge burned years ago. My daughters? They doubled down, posting about how I was financially bullying them by demanding repayment for their education. Emily's friend, whom I'd also helped through college, called me in tears, saying Emily was calling me a monster. My brother chimed in. They messed up. Family forgives. Easy to say when you're not the one being disowned for a fraudster. I kept all communication through lawyers. Lisa sent formal demand letters for the car payments and a timeline for title transfers. Either they acknowledge I'm their father or they pay up. James's lawyer sent a threatening letter about extortion and emotional coercion, claiming I was sabotaging his business with rumors. Lisa laughed. Let him try. Discovery will be a circus. Social media turned into a battlefield. Team Dad versus Team Daughters. Their friends attacked me. Mine defended me. It got messy. I stayed silent, watching it implode. Update 4, 1 month later. James was arrested last week. Federal agents raided his office and rented estate. Karen was caught trying to flee with bags of cash. She was deeper in the scam than anyone realized. My daughters finally saw they'd bet on a losing game. They showed up at my house looking shaken, no designer outfits, just hoodies and jeans. Dad, Emily began, we made a mistake. Several, I corrected. James is gone. Mom's likely going to prison. Sophie swallowed. We need help. What kind? The FBI froze our accounts. They think we're involved because we attended investor meetings with James. Were you involved? They exchanged nervous glances. Emily whispered, we may have moved some money. James said it was for tax reasons. I sighed. Get a real lawyer. We can't afford one. Our cards are maxed, accounts frozen. Sounds like your problem. They left crying. I felt nothing but exhaustion. Final update, 3 months later. The dust has settled. James got 12 years in federal prison. Karen got 3 for conspiracy. She turned on him instantly, spilling everything. My daughters weren't charged. The prosecutor deemed them naively complicit, not criminal. But their reputations are ruined. Emily lost her museum job. Sophie was let go from her agency. The scandal was too much. They're sharing a small apartment, working retail to get by. They've paid about $14,000 toward the cars. I'm not expecting the rest. Last week, Emily sent a letter. Dad, I don't expect you to forgive us. We chose greed over loyalty, lies over family. Every sacrifice you made, every late night, every time you put us first, we threw it away for luxury bags and glitzy events. I see you now, and I'm so sorry. Your daughter, if you'll still claim me, Emily. I haven't replied, and might not. Sophie's letter was briefer. I'm sorry for it all. You deserved better. My brother still says I should forgive them. They're your kids. Are they? They were certain I wasn't when James's money was flowing. Me? I'm okay. Took my first vacation in years. Started dating, Lisa's cousin, actually. She's kind, a teacher, no drama. Got promoted to chief accountant. Turns out, without the stress of my kids, I thrive. Do I miss them? Every single day. But I miss who I thought they were, not who they proved to be. Will I forgive them someday? Maybe. Trust? That's earned, not given, and they've got a long road ahead. The toughest lesson? Love shouldn't have conditions, but respect must. Thanks for following my story. It helped to share. Now I've got a life to live. Edit. To answer common questions. 1. Yes, the DNA tests are legit, from the original custody case. 2. No, I'm not funding their legal issues. 3. Yes, they're both trying to rebuild their careers. 4. No, I don't regret cutting them off. 5. Yes, I kept all the receipts, every single one. When someone shows you their true colors, believe them the first time.